One of the most successful magicians I ever knew never made a living doing magic, but he could always drink for free. And that's not bad. That's certainly not nothing. All he had was one of these. It's a little brass box, and inside there are some half dollars. And I'll show you what he used to do. He'd take out the half dollars and kind of toy with them until people were interested. He'd say, look, with these little 4 coins, this little box, I can show you something you're not going to believe. You can tell your kids later. And they said, okay, I'm interested. He says, as a matter of fact, to make it interesting, we'll make a bet out of it. I'm going to take these coins and drop them inside the little box like that. I'm going to turn the box over. I am going to get those coins underneath this hat, and I'm not going to touch the box. Who'd bet me a drink that I can do that? And sooner or later, someone would come along and make a bet. And then he would do this silly gesture like this, little magic gestures, and say, done. Who's buying the drink? Of course, somebody was going to contest that. They're at least going to want to see. And they'd say, how do we know the coins are gone? And you say, well, go ahead and look. And somebody would pick up the box, and at that point, he would take the coins and stick them under the hat. Say, after all, I didn't touch the box. You touched the box. They'd have to get him a drink. A little while later, he'd say, look, I feel bad about that whole thing. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do it again. Only this time, the coins go in the box, and I'm gonna get the coins under the hat. I'm not touching the box, and nobody touches the box, and yet the coins end up under the hat. Who's up for that? Come on. And they'd find someone who was willing to bet him. He would say, okay, watch, it's very simple. I'm just going to ask you 3 questions. Are the coins under the hat? They'd say no. He'd hold the hat up like this. Are the coins under the hat? They'd say no. He'd then flap it right here. Are the coins under the hat? And he'd be drinking his second drink. Well, now towards the end of the evening, he'd make a better offer because, people are used to being conned by now. He'd have to make it sound pretty good. And he said, you know what? I feel pretty bad about those last 2 times, but this time I'm going to make it as fair as I can. I'm going to put the coins over here. I'm going to put the hat over here. I'm going to get the coins to go under the hat one last time, and if I can't do it, I buy a drink for everyone in the house. If I can do it, then the last drink is on all of you. And it seemed impossible. He says, I'm not touching the hat, and the coins are going to go. And when somebody made the bet, he simply took the coins out of the box like that, made them disappear, and invisibly they sank down and ended up underneath the hat. And that, my friends, is how to be a success in the magic world.